Sometimes things are bad, turn out good, and sometimes things that are good turn out bad. But faith is this, is good or bad. Like, God's gonna work it out. One of my favorite stories I tell, and I apologize, I tell this twice a year. So if you've been here for 10 years, you've heard the story 20 times, okay? But if you haven't been here if you're just here in the last 6 months, you've never heard the story before. And let me introduce you to the story of the Chinese farmer. In the story, it goes like this. There's this Chinese farmer, and he's got these horses, and one day this wild stallion comes and joins his horses. And all the people of the community are like, oh my goodness, like a horse, that is like a lot of money to a farmer, a rural farmer. And they come to that old Chinese farmer, and he says, what good luck, what fortune that this wild stallion has come and just chosen to be a part of your horse family or whatever. I can't call them herds because they're not herds, they're not flocks. Someone told me the technical name of a group of horses and I can't remember what it is, so whatever. Like, you got the stallion that has come and joined your other horses. And the old Chinese farmer, you know what he says? He's like, good news, bad news, who knows? And they're looking at him like crazy. Clearly, this is good news. Well, about 3 or 4 weeks later, that old Chinese farmer's son is out there trying to break that horse and get him trained and everything. And that wild stallion throws him off, and that Chinese farmer's son breaks his leg, and there's a lot of pain. He has to go to the hospital. He's in it's just not a good situation. And the people of the community, they come to the old Chinese farmer, and they're like, wow, what horrible news. We heard your son was thrown from that new horse. And the old Chinese farmer's like, good news, bad news, who knows? And then just a few weeks later, that country, they went to war, right? And the government's going from town to town to town to town, recruiting able-aged men to go and fight in a battle. And when they come to this old farmer's house, he pass him by because his son's sitting there with a broken leg. And the people of the community are overjoyed for the farmer and says, wow, what great news. Your son didn't have to go out and fight in war. And the old Chinese farmer said, good news, bad news, who knows? You see, this is life. Like, we think we know. We think certain things are great, certain things are bad. We don't know. When we think things are bad, we just sit there and worry about it, right? But faith is this, is that, I believe that in all things, whether good or bad, God will work for the good of those who love him. Worry is opposite of faith most times.